Big Barcelona update. Barcelona are facing a crucial period both on and off the pitch, with defensive reinforcements becoming a major priority ahead of the January transfer window. In today's video we cover Barcelona's interest in Nathan Ake amid competition from West Ham and Crystal Palace, Ronald Araujo's return to group training and his expected comeback timeline, why Barcelona have completely ruled out Nicolas Otamendi, the latest on Marcus Rashford's future and Flick's stance on a permanent deal. With injuries, financial restrictions and key decisions looming, Barca's winter plans could shape the club's future for years to come. Like, subscribe and turn on notifications for daily Barcelona news and breaking transfer updates. West Ham United rival Barcelona, others in Nathan Ake chase. West Ham United will reportedly compete with Barcelona and Crystal Palace in the race to sign 30-year-old Dutch utility man Nathan Ake from Manchester City in January. According to a report by Caught Offside, Nathan Ake is the subject of interest from West Ham United. Crystal Palace and Barcelona are also keen on signing the Manchester City utility man, with the Blaugrana eyeing a loan deal. Meanwhile, City would prefer to part ways with the Netherlands international for 30 to 35 million euros in the winter transfer window. How has Nathan Ake fared at Manchester City? Nathan Ake has endured a topsy-turvy ride since joining Manchester City from Bournemouth in August 2020. The 30-year-old has been reliable at the back for the citizens, but he has never been an undisputed first-choice starter, with his game time plummeting in the last 2 seasons. Nevertheless, the Dutchman has been a utility man for Manchester City, as he can play as a centre-back and a left-back. The versatile Dutch defender has made over 150 appearances thus far for Manchester City while chipping in with 10 goals and 3 assists. However, the lack of regular game time has compelled Ake to seek a departure. The Netherlands international has no shortage of suitors pursuing his signature, with Crystal Palace, Barcelona, and West Ham United among the prospective suitors vying for his signature heading into the winter transfer window. What next? West Ham United will dip into the market for a centre-back in the winter transfer window, as Max Kilman faces an uncertain future at the London Stadium amid his links with Crystal Palace. Additionally, Konstantinos Mavropanos and Jean-Claire Todibo have been dreadful at the back. So, Ake has emerged as a viable target for West Ham. Meanwhile, Crystal Palace's interest in Nathan Ake makes sense. The Eagles are scouring the market for a centre-back heading into the winter transfer window as they prepare for Marc Guéhi's impending departure next summer. The English international has entered the final months of his Crystal Palace contract, compelling the South London club to look for a long-term replacement. As for Barcelona, Andreas Christensen's injury has forced the Blaugrana to scour the market for a centre-back. Ake has thus emerged as a viable target for Barcelona, with the Catalan outfit seeking a loan move. Meanwhile, Manchester City will be open to selling the 30-year-old Dutchman in the winter transfer window, setting a price tag of 30 to 35 million euros. With Ake eager to leave Manchester City in the winter transfer window, a move may be on the cards. However, with Barcelona seeking a loan move, it will be interesting to see if they can beat West Ham and Crystal Palace to the versatile Dutch defender's signature. Barcelona captain will resume group training today, will not feature against Espanyol. Barcelona are slowly beginning to see light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to one of their most important defensive figures. According to a fresh update from Sport, Ronald Araujo has returned from his Christmas holidays and is set to begin training with the rest of the squad from today, marking an important step in his gradual comeback. It has been around a month since Araujo held an important meeting with Barcelona, accompanied by his representatives, where he asked the club for time away from competitive action. Since then, Barcelona have adopted a careful and respectful approach, placing the players' well-being above any short-term sporting urgency. Staying active during holidays. Araujo has not played since his red card against Chelsea in late November. While his teammates continued with the packed schedule, Araujo was seen on several occasions training alone at the Ciutat Esportiva Joan Gamper, focusing on individual fitness sessions. Over the Christmas break, the Uruguayan traveled back home to spend time with his family, something considered vital for his emotional reset. During his stay, he did not completely switch off from football, continuing to train at the facilities of the Uruguayan Football Association. Back in Barcelona. Now back in Barcelona, Araujo will rejoin group training on Monday. The objective is to help him reconnect with the squad environment and assess how he feels both physically and mentally. While the coaching staff is closely monitoring the situation, the final call will always rest with the player. His participation in the upcoming derby against Espanyol is practically ruled out, and there is no intention to accelerate his return. Although expectations point to him stepping back onto the pitch in around a month, this does not automatically signal a competitive return. Barcelona are determined to move at Araujo's pace, ensuring he only returns when he feels strong, confident, and fully ready after overcoming this emotional setback. Barcelona have completely ruled out signing Benfica captain. Barcelona's plans for the winter transfer window are beginning to have some sort of clarity, especially when it comes to reinforcing the heart of their defense. According to a report from Sport, the Catalan club has ruled out the possibility of signing Nicolas Otamendi, despite recent speculation linking the Benfica captain with a move to Camp Nou. The situation at centre-back is far from comfortable for Barcelona. The serious injury suffered by Andreas Christensen has left the Danish defender's sideline for at least 4 months. On top of that, the continued absence of Ronald Araujo, who has not featured since late November due to mental health reasons, has significantly reduced the options. Given this context, it was inevitable that several names would surface in the media. One of the most talked about options was Otamendi. Barcelona are not interested. As it turns out, any suggestion of Barcelona making a move was quickly dismissed from Portugal. In fact, it has been made very clear that there has been no contact between Barça and Benfica, no offer on the table, and no intention from the Blaugrana to pursue the Argentine defender. Otamendi, now 37, remains under contract until the end of the season and is considered a key figure both on and off the pitch. The Portuguese club are not contemplating his departure midway through the campaign. Even figures close to the club have played down the rumors, insisting that there is no internal concern about the defender's future and that his leadership remains highly valued. For Barcelona, while the defensive shortcomings are clear, the club is determined not to compromise their long-term project with short-term solutions that do not fully convince from a sporting or financial perspective. The winter market will be approached with caution, especially given the strict financial controls imposed by La Liga's fair play regulations. Barcelona are primed for a very busy summer transfer in 2026, with multiple positions needing to be addressed. Left wing is one of those, with Marcus Rashford only on loan from Manchester United. After missing out on Nico Williams for the second year in a row, Barcelona turned to Rashford in the summer. He had a slow start in Catalonia, but since breaking into the lineup in October, he has been very impressive. Marcus Rashford is eager to make his stay at Barcelona permanent, and that desire is fully supported by head coach Hansi Flick. According to Sport, Flick has already urged the club's hierarchy to open talks with Manchester United ahead of next summer in an effort to secure a long-term deal. The German coach has been highly impressed by Rashford's overall impact, not only his numbers on the pitch, but also his attitude and professionalism behind the scenes. Flick had originally pushed for Barcelona to prioritize the England forward even when the club was pursuing Nico Williams, so completing the loan move in August was a particularly satisfying outcome for him. Rashford continuity will depend on economic situation. Barcelona are already exploring a possible deal for Rashford, but it will not be easy to get it done. They have a €30 million buy option as part of the summer agreement with Man United, but due to their financial woes, the likelihood of that being triggered is slim, which would mean that new club-to-club talks may be needed. On top of the possible permanent signing of Rashford, Barcelona are planning to bring in a centre-back and striker. They are yet to return to La Liga's 1:1 rule, which makes spending money on all 3 positions more of a dream than reality, so there is chances for the 28-year-old to end up returning to Man United at the end of the season, which would be a bitter blow for him and also his head coach in Catalonia. Barcelona are walking a fine line between short-term necessity and long-term planning. While names like Nathan Ake continue to be discussed, the club remain cautious due to financial fair play limits, refusing to make panic signings that could harm the project. The return of Ronald Araujo to training offers hope, but his comeback will be carefully managed, while the door has firmly closed on a move for Nicolas Otamendi. Meanwhile, Marcus Rashford's future remains uncertain, with finances likely to decide whether his Barcelona stay becomes permanent or ends in disappointment. What do you think? Should Barcelona push for Ake on loan? Is Rashford worth a permanent deal despite the financial risk? Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for the latest Barca news, transfer rumors, and match updates.